Good evening, Dr. O.
Good evening, my doctor. Welcome.
Thank you, ma. Good evening,
Welcome.
everyone. We thank God.
Welcome to another Medical Mondays. And I welcome everyone to Medical Mondays today. It's going to be another amazing time. We are changing gears again. And I think that's part of the beauty of what we do so that we can touch every system of the body. I am Dr. Toyin Okwesomi, popularly known as Dr. O. I'm a family practitioner, HIV specialist, and I treat addictions in Maryland. I enjoy medical missions, health fairs. I enjoy people generally, and I love for us to share knowledge so that we can grow and we can strengthen each other. Tonight is a special night because if some of us on the platform remember, we had our own very precious lifestyle medicine boarded Dr. Babita Sandhu on the program sometime, I think it was early this year, we had her. And at one of those sessions, she decided to give us a treat. She decided to give at first 6 members or participants of Medical Mondays a lifestyle change journey. She said she'll give us a journey of 12 weeks. Consultation fees, follow-up fees, all waived at $0. Well, instead of 6, we ended up being 10. And as I told her in the beginning, some of us will not be able to, complete and finish the program that she would still end up with, probably what she wanted at first. And that was what happened. But through the journey, which she took me along with her, she said I had to participate. I learned a lot. Everyone who participated, whether they completed the program or not, learned a lot. And we promised to come back, to tell you what we did, how it went, and what we learned in lifestyle changes. So we keep in our word, true to what we said. We're here tonight to do just that. So I'm going to hand the baton over to our very own precious Dr. Babita Sandhu, who we appreciate so much for the amazing gift that she gave us. Dr. Sandhu, thank you. Thank you for the gift you gave us. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for
before you go on, I just wanted to say that we are not establishing care on this forum. We're disseminating medical information and things that would help us, but not establishing physician-patient relationship. So sorry about that. Go ahead, Dr. Sandhu.
Thank you so much for such lovely introduction. Well, I think I became part of Medical Mondays. Gosh, I don't even remember when I first came on this forum, but we started this program of introducing lifestyle medicine to a total of 14 participants. And we started somewhere in February, and that was like pre-program. And then it was like March, April, and May were the 3 months they were supposed to follow lifestyle medicine to the T. So basically the lifestyle medicine, it covers, as I've already told most of you who come on this forum, 5 areas. One is plant-based food, second is exercise, third is stress management, fourth is sleep management, and last is We do a little bit of touch base, not like Dr. O that we treat any addiction, but we just touch base on if just give you knowledge about alcohol and smoking, and we don't go beyond that. So all 14 participants that were in that forum, few of them were with us for a few weeks, and it was overwhelming. And for some, it was overwhelming. For I think one or two, it was just the timings was not working out, as we had decided to meet on one of the weekdays late in the evening. It was not working out, so no fault of theirs. They just couldn't continue the program. Everyone, and I'm just going to share my experience with the program, because this was the biggest group I have ever done collectively, and also through Zoom. Only two of them were face-to-face, who would come and meet me even beyond the meetings, but who were local. But rest of them were on the Zoom. And so most of the work that was done was by them. I was just guiding them, but the work was done by them. So my experience with having that group was what I noticed, that when I introduced them to lifestyle medicine, some of them were very surprised that they will not be able to eat even fish or eggs. And they had so many questions like, okay, can I just eat eggs? I said, no. Can I eat just fish? I said, no. How about just chicken? And I said, no, you cannot. Anything that moves or lays eggs, you just cannot eat anything. So everything you eat has to be plant-based. Okay, can we have some cheese? Can we have some milk? It was like, no. Anything they asked me, my answer was like, no, 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 no. So for them to recondition themselves to what I was saying that they had to eat every day was very new to some of them. It was, I think, first 2 weeks, in my opinion, first 2 weeks were a little overwhelming for majority of them. Few of them got, even though they have been meat eater throughout their lives, they were able to switch without any issues, because they were like, some of the people are very headstrong. They just do it because they have to do it. But the challenge was not with those one or two, because they would do it and I knew they will take it to the end. My challenge was with participants who were new to this program, who could not imagine their lives without eating meat, or at least one egg a day, because the question that was asked to me was, where are they going to get their protein? And so it took a lot of explaining about plant-based lifestyle, that you can get all your nutrients, your protein, your fats, and they all are like healthy fats and proteins and carbs. So you are getting your fiber, you're getting your fat, you're getting your protein, you're getting your minerals, essential nutrients, macronutrients, micronutrients. I did not make any plan for them as per like that they have to eat certain thing in the morning or afternoon or evening, or these are your snacks. Because the program, the lifestyle medicine doesn't give you a format. It teaches you like what is good for you, and it teaches you to think and rethink that what you had been eating and how you can change and how it can help you. So first 2 weeks went in explaining. And my biggest challenge was actually Dr. O, because her biggest complaint every time was that she was losing weight. She was losing weight. She was losing weight. She doesn't have trouble with switching. Her trouble was gaining weight until her weight loss stabilized at a certain level. But her concern stayed the same, because she's, to begin with, not very heavy person. She's a very light person. So she did not want to take away any more from that. After 2 weeks, majority of them started seeing a change. And the first change that I noticed in conversation was that they have more energy and they feel full. In the evening, they cannot eat more than like they have eaten like 5-6 hours or 7 hours, I think. And then they say that we still have to go one more meal, but we cannot eat because we are full, because they were intaking so much fiber. Then I think by the 4th week, and I'm not going to name anyone here because it's just the way I do things. I got a call from one of the participants who had been suffering from high blood pressure since last 12 years. And she went to her physician and they were shocked to see that her blood pressure had dropped, not drastically, but it had dropped by 4 points. And they were surprised because hers has been very consistent with the medication and it had stayed like that. And they asked her, what are you doing? And then she explained it, and they were very happy. And she lost in 1 month, she has lost about 12 pounds. And they were happy. And she's still continuing with the program on her own. And she's still getting better and better. So that encouraged her to continue with the program even when the program ended, because she doesn't want to take medication. She wants to get rid of all the medication she's having. The second person who surprised me, like really surprised me, was, I'm not going to say that she is old, but she is mature, very mature. And the way she conducted throughout the program and the way she got stronger and the way she felt good about herself, I could see the grin was increasing every time we came back for the meet. She was happier and happier every time, every week. And she would text me separately in the group, and she kept on. And I haven't talked to her after the program, but I'm hoping that she's continuing with that. So with this program, my conclusion has been that lifestyle medicine is not very hard. It's the adjustment. It is relearning how we eat and basically why we eat food. Most of the people who come to me initially, when I ask this question, do you know why you eat food? And the answer is always, oh, it is so delicious. It makes me happy. They have no clue that food is like fuel for your car. If you will put a premium fuel, your car will run flawless. If you put like bad fuel, it will give you trouble. So just explaining that takes a lot of time. But once they relearn that, it is not hard, then it is easier. The second challenge I faced in the program was cooking. For some people, it is hard to, how would I say, like chicken is very easy to cook and eat. And it is like, just either you saute it, have some sauteed vegetable, have some chicken. So you have your protein, you have your veggies. But if you have to have just sorted veggies every day, it becomes very hard. You need some flavor. And then that's where having a group helped a lot, because everybody in that forum started sharing recipes. Not only started sharing recipes, they started teaching each other how to cook it, teaching each other from where to buy the ingredients, and teaching each other that if you don't have time during the week, you can actually pre-make all your foods. You can store them either in the freezer or fridge, so that every time you have a craving and you want to eat something, the food is right there and you just grab it and go. one person in the forum who surprised me again. It is interesting for me to tell you that in that group, every person brought something different to the table, and the others in the group, they learned from that. So one person brought strength, one person brought a lot of recipes, one person brought how to make them, and how to prepare your food when you are on go. And then, so the cooking was a challenge, relearning was a challenge. But after, I think, 6 weeks, I felt everyone was a pro. And they did so well, and they all lost weight across the group. Like, there was not a single person who had said to me that, oh, I've been doing this program and I have not lost weight. But they were not as happy losing weight as they were happier, feeling lighter, feeling happier, and full of energy. But this is what my observation was. And I don't want to go on and on because I was very excited. I'm very happy that I was able to help a little bit, as much as I did. But they helped me too, because, even though I practice lifestyle medicine, sometimes you do fall off the wagon and you'll go and have peanut butter jelly sandwich because it tastes really good. And I had gained about 5 pounds, and staying with this group helped me not only lose that 5 pounds, but since I have left, since we concluded that group on the other forum, since then I have lost 9 pounds, which is a big deal for me, because I suffer from hypothyroidism. So for me to lose weight, it's challenging. I'm very healthy, but to lose that weight is very challenging for me. But it helped me, because once you are with similar mind people who are doing the same thing, you are feeding off each other's energy and you want to feel good about it. So I'm not going to go on and on. The program was very productive. The program is very simple. The program teaches you how to live life the way you were supposed to. And the program teaches you that food has a meaning. And it is actually the most important aspect of your life, because if you don't eat right, you will not sleep right. You will be stressed out because your body is inflamed. And once that happens, you don't feel like working out. And when that happens, sometimes to make us feel good, we have a glass of wine or 2 glasses of wine, which leads to 4 glasses of wine. So, but today, I think I would like to hear from all the participants who are here, so that anyone who's not exposed to lifestyle medicine or has not introduced lifestyle medicine into their lives, can make a decision and can hear how the participants were able to benefit from just 12 weeks of, eating right, doing stuff to de-stress them, sleeping on time, and especially preparing food and learning more dishes. So I'm going to give it back to Dr. O.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Sandhu. I'm sure people are on the platform wondering, what is she talking about? What is the program? What is it? Because I'm sitting here now thinking, what is the program? What is it? So it was an amazing journey. And like Dr. Sandhu said, I lost weight and I was very upset. Every meeting I go and I say, I'm losing weight. I don't want to lose weight. I'm losing weight. And she tells me to eat granuts and, eat peanut butter that she just talked about. Nothing works for me. I normally eat those. It wasn't doing it. So the program was not and is not a weight loss program. The program is a program that taught us how to eat right, eat well, exercise, sleep well, and change our system for the better. Lifestyle medicine is a branch of medicine that is very new, that teaches people how to change their lifestyle to cure, not to just treat, but cure things like diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney problems, cancer, cardiovascular disease, that's heart disease, and the list goes on. So what we put in our mouth goes a long way. Whether we exercise or not, also goes a long way. So I know that what Dr. Sandhu danced around, our participants are going to hit it on the head. For me, before the program started, I didn't eat chicken, I didn't eat beef, So when we started, I was so cocky that, okay, I don't have to change anything. I'm just gonna, go with the flow. But the very first day, like Dr. Sandhu said, she said, no chicken. I'm like, okay, but no chicken products or anything that has life or things that come from things that have life. That was exactly how she explained it. And I'm like, okay, I eat eggs, I don't have to have it. But I'm like, so I told her, I said, I eat fish and I eat lamb. Is that okay? She said, absolutely not. They have life. And I'm like, whoa, okay. So that was where my journey started from. I was faithful, and the side effect of the program, noted side effect, is weight loss. And I got all the benefits of that program: the energy, the strength, the skin glowing, weight loss.
You don't want to hear?
So, so right now I'm still working on. So I'm going to call on Dr. Veronica. So please share our experience.
All right.
So, there you go.
There I am. Good afternoon, Dr. O, for this. We have to always remember to thank you. We thank God for this platform, bringing us all together to share.
And please introduce yourself, please, when you get on. Thank you.
True. Again, I'm Dr. Veronica Ufwebune. I am an executive director of a nonprofit in Berkeley, as well as a professor adjunct at Mills College, teaching undergrad, grad, PhD program, and all that stuff, and Chabot College, and all the cool stuff that I enjoy doing. And I'm as well, really important, the chair of NAPAC California, a thriving PAC that's a difference, collaborating with the other PACs, and Dr. O's MDVPD OFGIJK, Dr. Oz. So anyway, that's about me. And I was a participant in Dr. Sandhu, in Dr. Sandhu and Dr. O's miracle, not miracle, I don't want to, but it was kind of miraculous for me. For me, I describe it as definitely what Dr. Sandhu and Dr. says, a lifestyle change. It's a lifestyle, not even change, but a lifestyle. It's kind of a paradigm shift from the usual. I've always been someone who's conscious of what I put in my mouth. I'm one of those farmers market, Whole Foods, looking for organic and trying to relive our life that we lived in Nigeria, where you go get a wedu and shoko and all the stuff. I'm one of those, when I go home, I don't want to see I go to the market and get vegetables and get the real stuff. But the interesting part of it you heard was that there was no live anything. I'm like, what do you mean I can't have my eggs sunny side up and all the cool stuff? No chicken. And then tofu. Well, I have to admit that I tried tofu really hard, but I had to choose other protein because the tofu it worked for many. But for me, I chose other kinds of vegetable protein. It did impact my health in terms of my vitals positively. My weight loss was consistent and it never went away. Still, I'm maintaining that weight. I became intentional about walking. I always want to walk, but life gets busy, but I had to force myself. We were told to do at least 2 walks a day. Sometimes I'm not able to do 2, but I do at least 1. And some days I missed, but because I did it more frequently than I did, it made a difference in maintaining my weight. And how did I get some of my proteins? I got into a lot more instead of no meat. So a lot more of the lentils, the different colored lentils that were variety. And because again, you needed to be consistent, I would cook a big pot of the different lentils and put them into, dinner bowls of what I'll do, freeze them and just bring it out. So that what I needed to steam were the fresh vegetables each day. And then I made okra. I found out that okra actually has a lot of nutrients. I love okra, so I made okra soup. And then you can have meat. So I had mushroom. So mushroom I love, so it became my friend. So those were different ways. I just kind of kept asking questions. And like Dr. Sandhu said, the group became a sharing resource for each other. So people would make their meals, show it and put recipes. So that was helpful. So nobody actually had to make anyone, but you kind of shared and everyone goes, oh, wow. Auntie Tawa owes me Shoko and all. She made I would say the best. I always want to go. I said to her, I'm going to come and eat in her house. So again, it was fun. It was a lifestyle change. You kept exploring. I would go on internet and look for what kind of foods locally that we have here that I could use. Again, the lifestyle change was doing those frequent exercise. You felt happy. You felt really good. There was another exercise where you lay down, your bottom touching the wall, your legs up for a few minutes. Kind of is interesting, the rush of blood, but it was something that I developed. I don't do that every time, but once in a while. Doing my Zumba. You can Google Zumba, Nigerian hip hop. Oh my God, there's a lot of them. So if I can't walk, I make up with Zumba. And that's fun because I love dancing. So any movement, I think makes a difference and has made a difference in me maintaining my vitals and as well my weight. In fact, I was at a party last weekend and my baby sister, Hannah, said, Auntie, you look great, but don't lose any more weight. I'm like, okay, thank you. That's enough. So maintaining the weight feels good. Starting to fit in many of my clothes feels good. I wore a dress that I hadn't worn for half a year and I went right in and I'm going, boy, I didn't even have to struggle. So I think the lifestyle change makes you feel good because when you look good and eat good, you feel good and then all the other stuff. So I'm hoping to maintain it as a lifestyle. It didn't really shift out of my normal lifestyle, but it did give me some pointers about how to really keep it in a zone. But Dr. Sandhu and Dr. O said, after this exercise of being together, you can choose what you want to modify. What I missed were my meats because I'm a chicken person. I'm not kind of a beef person, but I don't mind goats once in a while for making okra soup or oxtail, but I haven't even had those yet, but I intend to once in a while put in my goat meat, pepper soup. And then what else? And then wine. I missed wine. We couldn't have alcohol during and I'm a wine lover. I'm not that drunk, but but I love wine with my dinner periodically. It was a beautiful experience. I got to know really beautiful people, all of them special. And Dr. Sandhu, our amazing Dr. O, of course, I knew, and we knew each other better even. Camaraderie, it was fun. Auntie Tawa was like a big sister. Barrister Tinu was make us laugh sister, and so many. We had a sister who did all the video record. Just everybody was wonderful. The pastor and we had a great time, guys. I loved it, and I appreciate the opportunity to have done it, and I'm sharing that. Yes, so I have put in some of my moving animals. I do have eggs on the side up periodically. I do have my chicken periodically too, but it's nice to have all these other lentils in my life. And when I eat rice, it's brown rice, just a portion that's reasonable and so on. So thank you for the opportunity, Dr. O, to share my experiences. I call it a lifestyle, not a diet. Thanks.
Thank you so much. You left some things out, and I'm telling on you.
Okay, go ahead.
I remembered it was 1.5 weeks or so into the program, definitely not 2 weeks. You
No, it
called me
was
frantic.
Mhm.
Dr.
I was
Dr. O, something is wrong. And I'm like, calm down, what is it? I've been getting on and off my scale and I'm 12 pounds down. Something is wrong. And I'm like,
I need to change
nothing
it.
is wrong.
It's down. And then my blood pressure went boom, boom down. And I thought it was the doctor change, but it was really the lifestyle change. And I'm very grateful for that. So my blood pressure came under control. My weight is down. And it has, the Dr. O is still down. So I thank God for that one. So yes, it was scary within a week and a half. I thought maybe it was my scale, but it wasn't. So,
Yeah.
And I've mentioned it. So
it took me a few minutes to convince you that it was what you were doing. You had to go over what you, and I'm like, see the changes you made, see what you gained. The
Yeah.
body does not forgive. What we put in it is what we're going to get out. And it's very important to know what we put in our body. I think that's what we need to take away tonight. And I pray that by the end of tonight, everyone on this platform will be able to take that away. There's a question here that I want to quickly ask.
And I just
Dr. Sandhu.
and Dr. Sandhu. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You talk, by the way, you talked about everybody. You didn't talk about the part you play. Filling in front, back. When I had a meeting downtown Baltimore, could not get to Zoom. You created the Zoom link right away so that we can do the meeting.
Teamwork.
I logged on the way home.
Yes. And now, life is about you make lemonade with lemon always.
Yes.
No, everything is possible with God. Thanks.
It was a great, great team. Thank you. Thank you for all you do also.
Thanks. Love you.
So,
thanks.
Love you. There's a question here for Dr. Sandhu, and it says, what's wrong with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? I mean, the jelly is obvious. Dr. Sandhu.
Nothing is wrong. It is delicious, but the bread that you eat with it, you have to be very careful. If you have inflammation in your body, or you are suffering from any chronic disorder, or you want to lose weight, so the peanut butter is perfectly fine. But the problem with peanut butter jelly sandwiches that you have to read a little bit about which peanut butter you need to buy. All the peanut butter that is available in stores is actually not peanut butter. It has, of course, it has peanuts, but then it is mixed with hydrogenated oils, and it is to make it tastier. There's so much salt in it. There is so much, some peanut butters, they have palm oil. If you're going to have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, make sure that the best way is to make it yourself, but not everybody has time or energy to make it. So the best way is go to your local grocery stores where you can actually just push a button and it makes it for you. Get the fresh peanut butter. The jelly is loaded with sugar and preservative. If you are just taking peanut butter and cutting some strawberries and some bananas and putting with peanut butter and getting sprouted bread, then there's nothing wrong with peanut butter jelly sandwich. But if you are having like regular peanut butter jelly sandwich, that those Uncrustables, or I forget the company, it starts with S, they sell Smuckers or Smucker peanut butter. Most of the commercial peanut butter, please read the ingredients. Peanut butter should only have peanuts in it and nothing else, maybe a little bit of salt. If the ingredient list goes beyond that, it is not peanut butter. So just be careful where you get your peanut butter from.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sandhu. That is so true. If you go to to places, I'm in Maryland, so places like Roots, you will see peanut butter that don't have sugar or anything, just peanut butter. It's totally different. Another thing I learned on this program is reading labels. I never read labels. You'll be shocked what you see in the things that are regular that we think, high fructose corn syrup, sugar, salt in excess. So it's very important to read those labels and to pay attention. Dr. V, you have your hand raised?
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly add to the conversation about foods we can take. We were coached how not to use those over-the-counter salad cream. So we made our mixture with vegetable sauce and blend it. And so I actually am doing, so now when I look, I'm really reading and I'm looking for things that are naturally made versus the heavy duty, sumptuous salad cream, which aren't the best for us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that info. Dr. Sandhu, I don't want to forget, if you please put your information on the forum, because I know that people will want to contact you directly to, maybe get into a program themselves or ask for that questions. Please put it in there. So I'm going to call on my dear darling sister, Monique Williams. Kindly unmute. She thrilled me. I saw Monique on a Zoom meeting. I'm like, I was texting, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at your face. Look at your face. Okay.
Hi, Monique. You look radiant.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Hello.
Madam VP saying hello.
Hi there. Okay, where do I start? First of all, I want to say thank you very much for allowing me to be a part of the program. It was such a blessing to my life. The sisterhood, well, we had one gentleman at one point, but the sisterhood was great. The team support was awesome. I am a foodie. I absolutely love food. I used to love junk food and sugar. It was the height of my eating. But after being on the program, I no longer loved sugar. And even though the desire for sugar was still there, but my outlook and the understanding of the damage that I was doing to myself, I felt like I was killing myself. And I no longer wanted to do that. I say I love my friends, I love my family members. So I needed to be around for them and for myself. And I realized the part that food was playing in my life through this program more so. I felt from the program, I felt healthier. I had a different view on eating. I was eating to live, not living to eat. It was a major, major adjustment. Some days, I have to be very honest, I was sad. I was sad. I felt very sad because food for me was I can't say a best friend because it wasn't good to me, like for my well-being, but my outlook was, it was my partner. It was my company. It was so much a part of my life in the wrong way. And I really feel as though this program helped to save my life. Outside of the people would tell me, they said, gosh, you have a glow. Your face radiate. Your whole demeanor is more positive and upbeat. I felt like if I could get a hold of my diet, I felt like I can do anything in this world. And so that's what it did for me. I was still tired. And I realized after I went back to the doctor, they told me that my iron was low and I wasn't drinking enough water because my bowel movements, I was using the bathroom probably about 5 or 6 times a day because of my diet. And I wasn't replenishing my fluids like I was supposed to. So eventually I started drinking more water but still not doing as much as I should do. But I felt it. I felt the difference when I drank the water and when I did not. So now I've increased my water. And another challenge was eating on the road. And I've always known that we shouldn't just eat out anywhere anyway. So I wasn't really an outside restaurant eater, but I do a lot of traveling. So when you're traveling, it's not always convenient to carry your food. So that became a challenge. I was so conscious of what I ate, even in a restaurant that said, if the thing said plant-based options, I would look at some of the ingredients, or I would ask them, what is it cooked in? Because it could be potatoes, and they were really considering potatoes as a plant-based, just a rice and something dish was plant-based, but the plant-based was the rice, but they didn't mention the cheese and certain things that was in it. It wasn't necessarily totally plant-based or all plants. I would say all plants. And that's what I learned, even in things that, as Dr. O said, she started reading packages and labels, and I would read it, and it's advertised as plant-based, in which maybe they mean it is based in plants, but it's not totally plants. I think I'm saying it right, or wasn't totally vegan or something. I'm not sure. But as I read the ingredients, I said, wow, well, this is not what Dr. Sandhu said we should be having. And so maybe I don't need to eat this. So that became a challenge on the road. And it made me prepare better, carry my food, carry my nuts. So I won't just be so hungry and just grab anything. But for the most part, I even became conscious of the oils that I use. I was never, ever, I used to use olive oil for a lot of things, but I would go to vegetable oil and other oils, not knowing how unhealthy they were. So now I'm so conscious of everything I eat. Eggs and fish were the hardest things that I had to give up. And I must say, I have incorporated those things back into my life, but maybe once a week I may have some fish, but I'm careful about the type of fish, or if it's wild caught or farm raised. I just have a different outlook on food. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity, because I believe it helped to save my life. So I just want to say thank you a million times. I'm eternally grateful. And I'll leave it. Thank you.
I just love your glow.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
love your glow. Go ahead, Dr. Sandhu.
I have something to say that, Monique, when you started talking, first 1 minute, you actually made me very emotional. It is that in the first minute, you actually described this essence of food in your life, and how you were clinging to it and how hard it was. And it is painful. I have been there, done that. A lot of people don't understand. It's not about how we get here, where we are, but how difficult it is. It is like a bad relationship, which we are addicted to. We cannot stay with it, and we cannot let it go. So the first minute of your experience that you shared, for me, it was very emotional today.
Thank you. Same here too. Thank you.
I'm just excited. I'm thrilled because, Monique, I have a treat for you. We have on the platform Dr. Gillum.
Okay.
She's going to come on, in a bit. Because I remembered when we were in Ghana, and we had this introduction before we even knew that Dr. Sandhu was going to give us this freebie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't forget anything. See? So the journey started for you, but it wasn't really there.
Yes.
Until, the program. I'm looking at your face and I can see the leanness. I mean, I can't get over it. And, I just thank God for this program and for Dr. Sandhu. Thank you so much. Dr. Gillum, thank you. We'll bring you up in a few minutes because she started that process.
Yes, certainly did.
So I'm going to bring you back on when she comes on, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, Attorney Tino, your turn. Auntie Tawa, you have to round this up. I'm coming to you. Attorney Tino Akinshola. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to describe you because you're so versatile. That's the word, so versatile. And so given all those recipes and honesty. There was honesty in that program. We were real with each other. Look, let me let you talk. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Good
Hello.
evening. This is Tinu Akinshola. I don't know, but it's like everybody has said almost everything I would say, except that let me keep to where it actually pertains to me. So first off, let me just say a very big thank you to Dr. Sandhu, because she took us on not knowing who is going to stay and what the results will be. And with her tireless, consistent dedication, even when she wasn't there, when she was not going to be in the meeting, she has a designee, a proxy who fills in for us. And for me, somebody like me, I played a little bit of truants. The first time was not intended. And then subsequently, of course, I had to follow up the wagon. So when came time when Dr. O wanted us to give testimonials, I quickly said, yeah, I can do it. But then I realized that, oh my gosh, I'm not even that good student that should be the ideal model student, in school. But hey, I'm very honest, and I want to get out there and let people know where I am. So long story short, the program started. I was doing very good, very beautifully. Like, I think it was Dr. Veronica who said that the first 2 weeks, of course, was very challenging. Yeah, for me, I'm a foodie. If you want to talk about that, I love food and I love to cook. Okay, so I haven't seen any recipe I can't weave or play, So I used to say that I got myself into this size because watching food channels and all that, when my daughter was growing up. So we cooked, we baked, we fried, we do everything together. So anyway, but this program really taught me, for me, I not only look at the recipe like the rest of the group, but I have come to now assess that recipe. It speaks to me now that, okay, this is, for example, if I pick up peanut butter, but I don't really eat peanut butter. I just use that as an example. So peanut butter, then I'm sampling, okay, hydrogenated oil. No, they didn't say to eat this oil, So I go through it and I process it in my head. So that was how I started off, and I was discovering a whole lot of things. I found out that I already actually have those things that I eat, okay? But maybe my sugar, because I'm a sweet tooth, my sugar and then my oil are mostly what I changed. And I say that because I found out that, of course, Dr. Sandhu told us, it's always good olive oil. I used to believe that, yeah, cold press, the virgin olive oil, extra virgin that I eat, I can fry it, I can, but then during this program was when I realized that even though you have extra virgin olive oil, you should not fry extra virgin olive oil. You can only use EVOL in salads and maybe soups. So that was one thing. Then come the avocado oil. So you can fry and do whatever you want with that, even though, of course, frying is relative also. So we're supposed to be doing the grilling more. And what are you grilling? No protein as in animal products. So you're down to mushrooms and all that. So, and then of course we also have coconut oil. It's so much happened that I have actually started incorporating coconut oil into my diet actually a year before. So, and I was, as a foodie, I was just trying a whole lot of things. So it was easy for me to fall in line with the tips and suggestions, because Dr. Sandhu gave us that free way, the free life of cook whatever you want to eat. And that is that part that I love the most. Now, talking about the protein, even I can do without the meat sometimes, the fish, but shrimp, I can't even eat shrimp. Yeah, my Lord. So that was a big thing for me. So I had to what do you call it? Wean myself, like a baby, wean myself off of it. And I was doing good a little bit until, okay, I have to go to Dubai with my daughter. And then before that, my mother came. I mean, my husband, he will eat whatever you cook, and he's a good cook too. So he allows me to cook, my own thing. And every now and then I sneak in our oils and all that into the food I make. So he doesn't mind. But then when you now have additional mouths coming in, and my head is going like in 10 million directions, I can't sustain or justify this. So I'm like, Dr. Sandhu, I am sorry, I have to get off of this program. And let me tell you, I still have my food, because not because we got off of the program, or not because I got off of the program that I have really totally left it, because I couldn't, because of various reasons. Number one is because, of course, I love jollof rice and all that. So, but I got myself into check with that. So I eat more of lentils based pasta, and kava is my thing for lunch. So when I go to work 3 times, even now a week, I go to kava, I have my lunch, and that would be something that I eat every other day, And then, of course, prepping my food. Tofu was trepidatiously substitute for protein, but I come to enjoy it, because when Dr. Sanders said, you can make it yours. So, and I love to, cook, and I just whip it up and just make it healthy, So what did I enjoy best? That and this is the reasons why I said I couldn't just go away from it totally. What I enjoyed about it is that, number one, I mean, I was telling when Sister Veronica was saying, oh, I'm losing weight and all that. And I'm like, Sister Veronica, you're losing weight, and every other person is losing weight. I can't really see it on my scale. But I'm wearing my clothes and I'm checking myself out. I'm like, wait a minute. Where is this? Where did this go? And then even when I went to Georgia, Atlanta, I had to text Dr. O. I'm like, look at this dress. I just made it within the last 3 weeks, and now I'm dropping off of it. So I may not see it on the scale, but you know how Dr. Sandhu said, don't worry, your clothes will fit better, so, and that's the experience that I have. And then the blood pressure thing, oh my gosh. I text Dr. O when my girlfriend at Atlanta, she has a doctorate in medicine, and she's a professor in Georgia, yeah. She took my blood pressure that first morning, and she said, oh, Tinu, what happened? Sister, I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know, but I told you we're on this program, blah, blah, blah. So what am I saying here is that Yeah, I'm off of the program. I still have my food. I still cook my way. And I still incorporate all those things that Dr. Sandhu gave us as tips, It's very tough for me to kind of like cook for 3 different people in the house. So in my head, I can't have it. But because of the health issue that I know I have to have, because every now and then I sneak into their own source too. So I ensure that my type of oil is what I use to cook, even they don't know about it. So, and then that's how I just walk around it, The blood pressure off, my energy level, is up. And the glow, Of course, every one of us, and every now and then I'm like, is this really me? Oh yeah, I'm going back to my old self, But like Dr. Sandhu said, it's really not so much about your losing weight, but it's about a health benefit, because you can be big, but you are healthy. Your blood pressure is controlled. You're walking off of the medication I'm still taking, but I think they put me back at 5, at the 5 milligram, or what do they call it? Yeah. So, and then you're sleeping all right. Energy is to the roof. And what else do you not have? So I just want to say a big thank you to Dr. Sandhu. I disappoint you. I did not graduate. Let me put it that way. I didn't graduate, but you should be the consolation is that you taught me well. When you're not there, I eat what you would like. Yes.
And actually, you graduated.
Yes.
That's the whole point. It's not, the length of time used. It's what you learned and what you took away from it, and then continuity. Remember, we discussed that. When the program is over, you decide what you want to do. I'm excited that every single one I know on that program continued with what they learned, and so that's success. 100% success all
And
around.
you know the kicker is this. I don't mean to interrupt you, Dr. O.
Sorry.
At work, it's like everybody is now going to cover, because I'm like, we need to have cover this afternoon, or sweet green, And then a lot of people that I now know, even girlfriends, they are like, okay, so what oats did you say to buy again? It's like me now recommending, giving out some of my chai seeds, and then the other one, what is it called? That one that is granulated.
Flax.
The flax seed,
Flax.
yes.
Flax.
So I'm giving out, and I'm eating as part of my tea or oatmeal.
Merrick.
I put in my baked good. Yeah. So thank you.
So fantastic. This is success. This is what is called success. And you know what? We still have the platform going on WhatsApp, and still sharing food and bringing on Auntie Tower, because she's still killing us with those foods. And not only that, oh my gosh, I'm bringing on somebody who participated on this forum that I think deserves all the kudos.
Sorry, Dr. O, we did not let Tinu go. Remember? We did. So Tinu, it was graduated because we did not let you go. We kept bothering her. So I just want to point out that we didn't let you go.
We didn't. She never left.
Like,
that's why I said she graduated.
Today, what are we looking for today?
You graduated.
Doctor, I have to say this. I have to say this because this is good for people with sugar tooth like me, sweet tooth. And I say that because I haven't seen any cake that I don't like. And so even at parties, birthdays, weddings, my husband knows I'm lobbying. Mine is when you're done, let's just cut this cake and let's eat. So I'm always there. If I have to volunteer to do that, I will do that. But you know, in the last 4, 3, 2, and this year, I've been weaning myself away from that, even to bake it, but every now and then I still do. So when Dr. Sandhu was teaching us what to put together, especially the sugar part, which is, and that was actually my best thing that I took away from this program. It's substituting my regular white sugar or even brown sugar for date sugar. Oh my gosh. So it's like, I didn't miss any sugar. I even did some pancake or something one morning, and I text Dr. Sandhu, what can I put on this one? And you know, so date, even in Dubai, when we went to Dubai, I bought date.
Fantastic.
So I can
So,
bring
Sister Tinu, we got that. Dates, and you can blend it. You make your own sugar. It looks like honey. There's different things, but I've got to bring on Auntie Tawa.
Auntie Tawa.
No, not Auntie Tawa. 1 minute before I bring you on, I was going to Sister Cindy Success. Dr. Cindy Success. Pastor, she's also pastor. Cindy Success. Please come on and share your experience. And Dr. Gillum, please sit tight because I'm bringing you on after Auntie Tawa. Dr. Success, where are you? Okay, I don't know if she never has technical difficulties or anything like that. But she typed something here. I'm going to read it, and I'm bringing on Auntie Tawa. She said she had huge transformation from the Lifestyle Changes program with Dr. Sandhu. Prior to joining the program, she often experienced fatigue and low energy level, but the story changed for the best. It did not come easy, but today she has no regret to eat plant-based diet with no appetite for meat or chicken. I'm shocked because she had a rough time. Like, what? She says she's enjoying a God-given life with vigor, more energy, and more joy. I was at her 50th birthday party, and you know what? I was blown off the water because she was a totally different person. Her outfit hung like, wow. This is a princess. I posted it on the forum. So, Auntie Tawa, you have the floor. Now, I said previously that, you know, Auntie Tawa that I'm bringing on right now she's going to kick my behind for this, but I'm going to say she's over 70. And when we started the program, she didn't look too bad. But as the program went on, she became an inspiration for all of us. Is it in food, exercise? She'll be at the gym showing us how she's pumping it, you know, the different recipes. Auntie Tawa will post something and my mouth will be watering, practically watering that, oh my gosh. One day I told her she has to mail it to me because this is ridiculous. And they are all plant-based, healthy, you know, food. It doesn't have to, it tastes good. It doesn't have to be bad or look bad. So Auntie Tawa, please, the floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tawa Drujaye. I am a retired ICU nurse. In my life, exercise is a major thing. I've been doing it since I was like 12. I exercise a lot. I represented Nigeria playing table tennis for Nigeria. So that built my inspiration for doing exercise. And honestly, I wasn't eating too bad, but when you are working in America and you have no time for your exercise, you get big. So during my lifetime, there was a time that I was big. I look at myself in the mirror and I said, who is this? This is not me. But by the grace of God, I lost some weight and I went back to doing exercise. I will say thank you a lot to Dr. O and Dr. Sandhu for bringing me into this program that we started all together, and the journey was fantastic. I did many things that I wasn't expecting. When we started, my weight was 169 pounds. And before I knew, it was 160, 150. And when I got to 148, I told them, because I have to change my wardrobe because there's nothing I can wear. I was so skinny. I was like, wow, no, look at my skin, look at this. But honestly, I was glowing. I was happy. And honestly, you will feel it inside you. So, but the major thing is not just eating. They said, your medication is your food. What you put in your mouth is what you are. And what are we eating? We are eating quinoa, we are eating kale, and the oil. I've never heard of all those, so all I know is vegetable oil and this other oil that start with C. But now I have grapeseed oil, I have avocado oil, I have virgin virgin oil. I look at everything I eat. I just don't put anything in my mouth. And I was able to sleep well. I was full of energy. Everybody was, telling me, oh, what are you doing? You look, even my daughters, I have 2 daughters, they say, Mommy, what are you doing? I said, join me. They joined, but they couldn't sustain it. So they dropped out. But during the program, I missed some things, and that is seafood. I came from Isaleko, and all what they brought me on was seafood. And she said, oh, you can't eat shrimp. I said, huh? You can't eat oyster? Yeah, huh? You can't eat fish? Then what? As far as chicken, meat, I can forgo it. I won't miss it. But what about my crabs? I can't eat it. So I said, I don't know whether I will sustain this, but I'll try. And honestly, I did. I tried, and it was very, very positive. I was filled up with energy, and the group, oh, amazing people, amazing. They are all my sister from another mom. I say kudos to you all. Honestly, they were great, because if you are dropping somewhere, they will lift you up. Oh, do this, do that, do this. And they will put everything on the platform. So if you want to create the same thing, you can go through what they say and bring it up. I'm telling you, it is the greatest thing that happens to me. I love them. I love them all. But I think whatever we do, we need to incorporate exercise. It doesn't have to be too much, even if it's ordinary, just walking around your neighborhood. And Dr. Veronica talked about the one that you have to put your legs against the wall. It is wonderful. If you do that, you get some energy and everything running through your brain, and by the time you get up, you are relaxed and you are full of energy. I would just say, try everything. And I will tell you, for now, I incorporated my salmon back. I can't do without that. And for the swallow, I take my eba and put flaxseed, ground flaxseed, and it makes it look like amala. Or in fact, I'm not a favorite person eating swallow, but once in a while. And I learned so much. And if you look at my kitchen, it's like, oh, are you a chef? I'm not a chef, but I learned so much, and I really appreciate everybody on that. Then Dr. Success, thank you for recording all our program. We really appreciate you. Dr. Veronica, Sister Tino, Sister Monique, Elizabeth, everybody, you are great. You are wonderful. Definitely, we are not going to leave each other. We are going to be together. So, and the journey is still far off, so we're not going to drop out. We're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Thank you all. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Somebody commented here that Auntie Tawa, you look like you're barely over 25 or 30. Extra.
I get that all the time. I get that all the time.
No, and because I know your children, you know what? You know, I'll tell them to their faces. If care is not taken, they'll say they are your older sisters. Seriously.
When we go out, they say, "Oh, you don't introduce your friend," and they say, "No, that's our mom." Your what? That's our mom.
And that is the truth. Another person said, "You mean the lady speaking is age 70? She
Well,
looks great and can easily pass for less than 40. Well, I just told her she's over 70. I didn't say 70. I said over was what I said. Anyways, thank you so much. Thank you for all you did for us too. You are an inspiration. You took us on, took us along, made it simple for us, made it fun for us with your post on the forum and your comments, your encouragement. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you, ma. Thank you.
Dr. O, Auntie Tawa Auntie Tawa is the one that will post food and you would almost want to reach in and grab it and just eat it.
That is true. That was why I said she had to mail it to me one time. But you know what? I'm getting comments here asking, what program is this? What program is this? In case some people came in later, Dr. Sandhu, Dr. Babita Sandhu is a lifestyle medicine boarded physician. Lifestyle medicine is a brand new branch of medicine that teaches us how to eat well, exercise, and control disease entities. The side effect of eating right, exercising, sleeping well is weight loss. And that's what she does. Dr. Ashby also. I can never talk about lifestyle medicine and not talk about Dr. Ashby, my darling sister. She trained out of Yale, and she actually got a lifestyle board certification also out of Yale. She's another resource. And I met Dr. Sandhu actually through her. And what Dr. Sandhu did was give us a free program to help us change our lifestyle. It was a lifestyle change. It was an overhaul. It's something that you go through tutelage and guidance in doing right that stays with you for life. Because you just automatically know, I shouldn't eat this. Okay, this is better, and stuff like that. So that's why we call it program, because she gave us that program. I reposted contact info. You can reach out to her directly by phone, by email. We don't want to be greedy. She gave it to us free. We don't want to keep it to ourselves alone. Is why we're here to share. And also to, if you want to enjoy the same thing, to reach out directly to her. I'm going to also post Dr. Ashby's in contact, because Dr. Ashby is actually doing a program presently, and I don't remember what it's called. Dr. Sandhu, do you know what it's called, the program she's doing? It's a lifestyle change, lifestyle overhaul type thing.
I don't remember she had talked about it. I think it's like she does 4-week program, and it already started for this month, I think for July, and she does frequently and just follows. I don't know the details, but I think they're pretty much the same thing. But she's also certified in bodybuilding. So she does a lot of that also. I just do advise on lightweight exercises because I'm not a bodybuilder, and she is. She looks amazing. She looks like a model, and she is trained to do that. So I think she does that also with the lifestyle medicine. So, but yeah, I don't know the detail of the program.
Fantastic. But, we know the program that you put us through, and it works. Somebody posted here that it sounds like the way of eating supports becoming a breatharian, that is one who lives off of the air. The way of living is everything. Obesity now is a disease entity in the US, and the side effect of eating right, if it's losing weight, it's fantastic because it's a win-win. There's a question here for you, Dr. Sandhu, that says, can you speak to the need to be aware of the recalls in the marketplace? An example is the recall on lentils and mung beans. I don't know what mung beans is.
I do know what Mung means, but not specifically. I don't know about recalls because whenever I don't know about any recalls. I don't pay attention to that. That is something that I tell everyone to just read the ingredient and the lentils that I buy, and I advise all the people, either you in every city, as far as I know now, in every city there is an Indian store. And even in American stores now, you can, even in Walmart, you can get lentils. But there are, as I know only 24 kind of lentils, but there are many more. And most of them you can find in Indian store. And I haven't heard any lentil recall from there. So most of my lentils, they come from Indian store. They are cheaper, they are easier, they are in bulk. So at one time you can buy 4 pounds or 7 pounds at one time. And those last you for a long time. You only need half a cup of uncooked lentils to make like 3 cups of lentils, and it lasts you. And it's cheap food, affordable, and I haven't heard any lentil being recalled there. So I can't answer that question.
Thank you. Thank you. Auntie Tawa, you have your hand raised. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, I just forgot something. I used to have a nasty allergic reaction and everything. And I can tell you now that allergy is gone to where it came from. And my kids want me to stay permanently on this diet because there's no need to carry epinephrine or carry anything anymore. So it's a good thing. I thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Dr. Kadiri is asking if you have a website, Dr. Sandhu.
Can
you post it? Can you post it for me?
No, it will be up and running in about a week.
Still post it.
I will post it. I will definitely post that. Yeah.
Okay, so I got a response here that the company Daily Harvest, vegetarian-based company's lentils were recalled for Listeria momo. So Daily Harvest. So it's good that they recalled, but it means that they would take them off the shelf. So that's fantastic.
Were they cooked lentils or they were uncooked lentils?
Let me call on. So Dr. Craig, I'm putting you on the spot. You've got to come out and talk.
The lentils were uncooked. It is a vegetarian company that's very popular for those who are eating, quote, on the go. They send you many different things in a cup. You cook it and then you sit and you eat it. It is vegetarian. It is supposedly organic, but of course, everyone says that they're organic. And at some point, we just have to trust in terms of that. Unfortunately, their lentils was found to contain Listeria mono, whatever, that form. And sadly, I think 3 or 4 people died, but it has pulled everything off of the marketplace at this point in time. There are many recalls which are going on right now as we speak. Unfortunately, it's just trying to make ourselves aware of it. What you have done sounds absolutely fantastic, Dr. Sandhu, because you have created maybe not so much of a diet, but you've created the thought of of eating well, not so much dietarily or this or that, but supporting eating well. And that's where we need to go. That's the first step in us making changes in terms of, as Dr. O pointed out, now she reads labels. As someone else points out, well, I'm going to think about my oil in terms of what I'm using. So it is absolutely, by creating that thought, you have aided and abetting people's steps towards healthful, towards healthiness. So it's fantastic. Your program sounds fantastic, Dr. Sandhu.
Coming back to that recall, you said that they send you, I don't know that company, but you said that they send you lentils in a cup and you're supposed to cook it and eat it. Are you supposed to microwave it, or are you supposed to just cook it in that cup and eat it?
It is a product that can be microwaved and or cooked.
Okay, so
most-
that lentil is not raw. You cannot cook lentil, any kind of, and I'm talking about, so there are different kind of lentils. There are split lentils, there are whole lentils, and there are lentils without the hull, the covering.
Mhm.
So the basic lentil, which is without the cover, you cannot cook it in microwave. It will not cook. That means that lentil that they are selling in a cup that you can microwave and eat it, something already was done to that lentil, and that's where the contamination happened. Because when you have just raw lentil, the process itself to cook the lentil, you have to wash it first completely, like in warm water, and in some lentils you have to soak them. So I would be very interested if you could write that link so that I can look at it, because it seems like that there are some pre-cooked foods which are sold, like, you can microwave and eat them because it is easier, it is faster for a lot of people. And so I would really appreciate if you could write the name and I can look at it. The second thing I would, you pointed there was a very good point when you were talking about that we cannot make a sense of things when they say, when you go to the market and you see organic, and you feel like that, this food is good, it is organic, and it is for us, even though we are spending so much money on organic food. But here is a takeaway, whoever is listening carefully: when you go and look at any product that says organic, please read the ingredients. Because in organic food, if they say that this food has organic sunflower oil or organic safflower oil, it is so inflammatory that it will cause so much trouble, even though it is organic. So not necessarily organic food is good. There are so many things which you really don't have to buy organic, but if you carefully read the labels, for organic foods, I really, really seriously suggest very few foods, like berries. If one can afford, buy berries and grapes organic, and peaches, there are dirty dozen, like, peaches or grapes or berries, which you really need to buy organic. The rest of the stuff, we can get away with it by cleaning it, because then it brings us to another level, and that is going too much deep. This forum is not, maybe we'll have another session. I can talk to Dr. O when we talk about soil, because half of the food that we are eating has no nutrition in it, even though we are eating it. So we are doing the best by eating fruits and vegetables. But yes, anyone who's spending too much money on organic, please, any packaged organic stuff, please read the labels, and please make sure that it doesn't have sunflower oil or safflower oil, because they cause serious inflammation in your body.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Dr. Craig, for asking that question to let us get, a better insight into foods like that. Foods that you have to microwave really quickly and all, I think we should stay away from anyway. My thoughts. So I'm going to bring on Dr. Marsha Gillum. Dr. Gillum is my big sister. She's an amazing naturopath. She's a naturopathic doctor. And she started that journey with Monique Williams when we were in Ghana. And this will not be complete if I don't bring her on. So please come on, sis.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening. Hi.
How are you? I'm glad to see you on, Monique. I didn't even recognize you hardly from when we first talked when we were in Ghana back in November.
Oh my goodness, such a blessing.
Oh my goodness. And all the other people too, because I was here when Dr. Sandhu started with everyone that's on here that went through the program. It's like I'm seeing different people, and I really appreciate the work that you do, Dr. Sandhu, and offering these services to the people that were on the forum that took advantage of it. And it's like, if I close my eyes and just listen to you talk, I feel like that's me talking because everything you said was like, hey, that's me. So I really appreciate, there's a scripture that says that, one plants, one waters, but the Father gets the increase. So in the case of all those who were able to participate in the program, you guys have increased, and the Father gets the increase because of the progress that you've made and your willingness to follow the things that Dr. Sandhu offered to you. And I'm just kind of overjoyed right now because I'm getting a chance to see and hear all of your testimonies from back in February when it was the program first started. So I appreciate you, Dr. Sandhu.
So what do you have as advice for us from your standpoint? And you're right. Both of you sound so much alike. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I remembered in Ghana, I wake up to freshly made everyday sobo.
So, yep, sobolo every morning.
Sobolo, that's hibiscus. Hibiscus with all different sorts of herbs. Dr. Gillum would have made it, and that's how we start our morning. The breakfast, all plant-based, because she's plant-based. So give us caveat, just quick, big points for people who have not participated in this program, for people who are looking like, look, I want a lifestyle change. I want to change things, so just give us a 5-minute spiel, what people need to be eating, what they need to be doing. And after that, I'm going to show you a video, quick one, 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, so the main thing that I came away with after listening to everybody's testimonies and the changes that they've made and the changes that they're seeing in their bodies was that even if you didn't have a chance to complete the program, lifestyle changes is not 180 degree turn. It's a transition, and you have to make the transition. And for some people, it takes a little longer. Just listening to, well, I'm not doing the whole thing, but I am doing, list of 5 things that they are doing. And eventually it's going to be a 360 degree turn. If you can't do the 180 right away, just do what you can and just follow the program, and the sugar cravings will go away. The blood pressure will drop, the weight will drop. And then once you see progress, then you're going to want to do more. So I think just jump in and do what you can. And then as you progress, then and start seeing differences in your life and your health and everything, then you're going to want to do more.
Thank you so much. So a couple of people have mentioned on this forum an exercise that Dr. Sandhu told us to do, where you lay down and you raise your legs up against the wall, suck your tummy in, and just lay there for as long as you can, maybe 5-10 minutes. Well, I stumbled on something on, I think it was on WhatsApp that I want to share. Same thing, and just for us to learn, it's a quick exercise that you can do every day. And I don't know how to, I hope I'm successful in doing this really quickly. Share screen. And I'm going to have to expand this. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, here goes.
This woman raises her legs for 20 minutes a day. This is what happens when she's done. 5 reasons to kick up your feet. Put your legs up against the wall. After 20 minutes, you will see the following results. Number 1, improve circulation and drain fluids. Thanks to the power of gravity, lifting your legs will pump blood to your heart faster. This improves circulation, which is something your entire body benefits from. It also helps drain any excess fluid which has accumulated in your legs. Did you know that your legs also affect a part of the body that you were not even aware of? Number 2, improve digestion. When you raise your legs, you're actually doing this, exercising the muscles responsible for digestion. So not only will you get a flatter belly, but digestion will be a whole lot smoother from here on out. Number 3, a relaxed nervous system. Elevated legs help you relax and take in more air. Your organic tissue will receive more oxygen, which in turn will reduce the tension in your muscles. Number 4 is a better sleep. Since stress is one of the biggest causes of insomnia, the relaxation that this position brings means you will sleep like a baby. There is nothing better than a natural cure. Number 5 is foot pain relief. High heels are great for special occasions, right? But is it worth the leg pain you'll have when you get home? The aching pain is a result of your weight not being evenly distributed. To counteract this imbalance, kick off your shoes and elevate your legs for about 20 minutes. You will feel like a whole new person. It might feel a little strange in the beginning, but it is so worth it, and the benefits are undeniable. So go ahead and give it a try and share with your family and friends.
So it is indeed true that in the beginning, it seems strange. And I'm sure everyone who participated in the program would say this, but eventually it's easy, it's fun, but see all the benefits of that simple exercise. I remember Dr. Sandhu saying, I'm going to teach you one exercise. And she demonstrated it to us. She taught us the exercise. So I wanted to share that with everyone on the forum. that, you know, this is something we can incorporate into our lives and to make things great and better for us. So, oh, I'll send it to you. Dr. Gillum was asking for the link to this. I'll send it to you as soon as we're done. So, Dr. Sandhu, one of our sisters, Sister Kende, is asking, can you restart the program?
I can restart the program, but I won't be able to do it for free anymore. There will be some charges, and I will send them to Dr. O, or you can ask me directly and I can send it to you. It's not going to be like super high, because the reason, I'm not saying that people don't have money, but people are unhealthy because sometimes some situation arise, and so I'm there to help, but I won't be able to do free this time. That was like my first kind of, I had to do a research and I needed participants, and as Dr. O said, I just needed 4, but it ended up 10 more, so I had to do it. So my data is little skewed, it's not like perfect, but it was worth it. And so yes, I can restart the program. I can do one-on-one, but what if it's a program, if it is a group, it's always cheaper than being one-on-one. And it's not only the cost that's going to be low, but I feel when you do it in a group, the results are way better when you do one-on-one, because it's a group, it becomes a family, and you feed off each other and you get so much information. I learned so much, even though I have been teaching this now for over 3 years, learning since last 10 years, but I learned so much during this interaction with the group. And I have another group going on right now, and they are amazing too. But so yes, so if it is a group, it's always cheaper. One-on-one comes out a little expensive, but if I have enough candidates, I will start the program.
So Sister Kende, you can put a group together and contact Dr. Sandhu. I reposted her information. That's her personal cell phone number and her email. I've been reposting it over and over again. So
and about the video, sorry to interrupt, but about the videos, just in case someone is not able to comprehend that exercise fully, anyone you know, your friend, your relative, anyone, if you have seen someone with varicose veins, please tell them to do this exercise. They have been in pain and they wear those compression socks whole day long. It is hard. Please tell them to do this exercise, because it will help drain that fluid from there, and they will feel lighter. The swelling will go down. It won't happen in one day, but within a week, they will feel a difference in their feet. So please spread the word with this exercise. That is the simplest thing they can do if anyone has varicose veins in their lower calves. If you see the swollen veins, please let them know. I do it when I go to store, I see someone, I tell them. And last time I told that person was not very happy. She got really offended. And I said, I'm sorry, but I can't stop myself. So now I have to be very careful when I say that, but I just can't stop myself because they are suffering, and it's a very simple way to just get rid of the pain.
And you know what? That is a shame, and it's so sad, Dr. Sandhu, because that person should have been appreciative rather than getting offended. I think you did the right thing, and I don't think you should let that discourage you.
Yeah.
So if we see anybody we can help, we should. Not everybody will respond that way.
Yeah.
That is a shame. Pastor Dr. Mayowa is interested in a group. So she's interested in the program. So Sister Kende, Dr. Mayowa, I know Dr. Mayowa's information. Sister Kende, if you private chat me, and if anybody is interested, I'm going to help to just get the names and everybody together to Dr. Sandhu. And Sister Kende, you're going to be championing this. I'll be able to help you do that. So if you can private chat me or, text me, email me, I'll be able to, get that information together. Sister Kende would, I'll assist her in coordinating with Dr. Sandhu. And it's a fantastic program. Look at us all. Okay, I got some more interest, and this is fantastic, fantastic. So, Sister Tino, go ahead while I'm writing my name down.
Sorry, I just had to say this because I know we were talking about peanut butter and all that. So, but Dr. Sandhu, maybe you forgot this. You told us, oh, go with almond butter. And I am ratting out my mother right now because she is someone who wants to eat bread and butter every time in the morning. So when I got the almond butter and I got her to eat the first time, oh my God, she is hooked. When it was done, she was like, almond butter, like, it's finished. I'm like, this will finish now if we are eating it. So when we go to stop.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Sandhu, you will learn, people who are, going into this program, Dr. Sandhu will teach you a lot how to make yours. And people like Sister Tinu and Titawa, hey, before she's done, they've made theirs and they've, done other things to make it even better. Now, Dr. Sandhu goes, wow. So this is fantastic. I have some people who are interested in participating. Sister Kende, I didn't mean that you will be championing this. I meant that, getting the group together, not teaching the group. Dr. Sandhu will be the one doing that. Okay, so if you please private chat me with your information, that would be great. Okay, Sister Kende, private chat me with info. So are there any other comments, questions, additions, subtractions? If you don't do it now, you're going to forever hold your peace.
I have something I want to say.
Go ahead.
I just, Dr. Marsha, you mentioned it about, and when you were in Ghana, about what is it, the hibiscus?
Sobolo.
Concoction?
Sobo.
Okay.
Yeah, hibiscus.
Well, last night, ironically, at an event where I sent you the video, the guys there were talking about Zobo, Z-O-B-O. Is that correct?
It's the same thing.
Okay,
yeah.
And they were talking about it, and they were passing it around, and they were talking about if you want to, increase your family, drink this stuff here. And somebody said, if you want to increase your life, drink this stuff here. And that's what it was. They said it was hibiscus flower, garlic, and ginger, and something else. And they swore by it. And they were passing it around. It was amazing. So I can't wait to get it now that Dr. Marsha and you mentioned it.
Yeah, we perfected it while we were in Ghana because we were able to get the long black pepper and precocet and all the other stuff that we started adding to it as we started reading more about, okay, the precocet is good for this, and the some of the other stuff we added is good for that, the long black pepper and ginger and turmeric and all that. We started adding all that to it after we, so I still make it. I'm keeping it in my refrigerator, and I've been giving it to my husband because he has some few health things going on.
Amazing.
So Monique, Sister
yes?
Tinu has Go ahead, Tinu. Show us.
I'm sorry, I'm
Yes,
showing
it's
show and tell. I'm showing my
No.
pack of hibiscus.
Are
So
you serious?
it's my staple in the mornings, and before I go to bed, I drink it hot water with lime and lemon juice in the night. But in the morning, I add turmeric and ginger and garlic, and that's what opens up my stomach before I drink my juice.
Wow, amazing. Confirmation. Wow.
I have it at home. You know, I have the originals from back home, and if you want some, I can share.
I do.
You know,
This is from back home, Jamaica too.
yeah, and also people in Ghana, they use people who are about to get the COVID. That's what they drink.
Yes.
You know, they drink
Yes.
it for COVID, and it really
Yes.
helps them.
Wow.
Yes, for COVID.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, but we should be careful of buying the one that they sell in the restaurants because they pack it with sugar.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so
I
if
sweeten
you
mine with,
want it
fresh
sweetened,
pineapple.
yeah, I don't sweeten mine. If you want it sweetened, you can add pineapple juice or that maybe you extract yourself.
Oh
And
yeah,
maybe,
I blend the pineapple and I strain it and put that in the soap.
oh yeah, that's Dr.
Oh, that
Marsha.
sounds
Yeah, you know
delicious.
your stuff. Yes, sorry.
So Dr. Craig has patiently raised his hand. And so I'm going to call on you, sir. Go ahead, sir.
I just want to point out that seems to be, we're going back to the peanut butter. There is a company out there called Arrowhead Mills, which produces a peanut butter, which is unadulterated with no additives whatsoever. And it is packed in nitrogen so that the bottle, once you open it, basically you have a certain amount of time to use it, but otherwise it will not rancidify as it sits on the shelf. So that's a product. Also, the hibiscus is an extraordinary herb, and I would rather buy the herb myself and make the tea that I would make. Hibiscus is filled with vitamin C. So yes, it is used as a COVID entity, along with some other items which they've added to that cocktail. But it is an item which has been around for a long time, and as most of us know, it is the national plant of Jamaica. So basically, it is fantastic. Okay.
Wow.
So Sister Tinu has the authentic. And,
well, the thing is about hibiscus is it's international, because my Spanish congregation, they call it Jamaica, and they drink it in Mexico. All of Central America and Mexico, they call it Jamaica. So that's the Spanish name for hibiscus. So they drink it too. They make a version of it with the garlic and the lemons and all that stuff too.
Wow, this is awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
All of us should be drinking it.
Yes.
My daughter here likes making it for me and then puts it in the refrigerator. I drink everything warm, so I just rewarm it, and all those herbs that Dr. Gillum gave me from Ghana. You know, we have that. She puts everything in it. I have no idea what half of them are, but you know what? It is fantastic. So. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been an awesome night, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We have another group now starting to, who will be, going through the program. So stay tuned, because when they're done, we're looking forward to them coming to share with us again, their experience and how we can change our lifestyle. It is important that we watch what we eat, because if we don't make our food, no, if we don't eat our food as medicine, we will eat medicine as food. That's a
Oh.
popular saying. Let me repeat. If you don't eat food as medicine, you would eat medicine as food.
Wow.
So the discussion tonight, I feel is very important for every single one of us, no matter where we are in our strata in life. Because what we put in our body, like I said earlier, the body does not forgive. He will respond to what you put in there directly. And as a result, we need to watch what we eat. We need to eat right and eat well. A lot of us don't eat meat or chicken. It's not that these things are necessarily bad. It's just that in these days, these times, they put hormones to grow animals really quickly. Then they use antibiotics so they don't die when they're crowded from infection. And all of these things, when ingested, are not good for the human body. So we really need to watch what we're eating. We need to read the labels. We need to eliminate sugar or decrease it much. If you're sweet-toothed, it's okay because there are lots of natural sweets. You want to get with Dr. Sandhu, you have the information. You want to get with Dr. Gillum, let me know. Dr. Gillum, you can put your information on the forum too. She's always available. They are always available to us. Aren't we blessed on Medical Mondays?
Very, very.
Very blessed.
We are very blessed because we have all these resources. So I have Toyin, and I'm sorry, Toyin is a unisex name. Or not unisex, but Toyin is a name that could be
It is
for a male.
Unisex.
It is unisex.
So if you please unmute yourself and comment or ask your question. Fantastic. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening in New York or Maryland. I'm in California.
Ekalesa. Good evening, sir. Oh my gosh.
That's
amazing. How can you put
Toyin.
there? Oh my gosh. See what he did to me. How can you do that to me, sir? Good evening, sir. That's my big bro.
I know.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So my question is, given the fact that you can't, this program does not allow you to eat meat, chicken, eggs. What does the doctor think of this plant protein supplements? Is that a substitute for the chicken or the meat? Or is it a good substitute? Plant protein powder.
It's protein powder. And people
Correct.
who exercise use it. Some people.
But it's plant-based only,
Okay.
not animal.
Yes, there are few in the market. Like I think one is Vega, the other one is Organics, the one I know. Then there is one pea plant powder, but it depends on why you want to supplement that for. Like, are you a bodybuilder, or you need that powdered protein for a specific reason? Because if you're not doing any bodybuilding, or you're working out so much that you need extra protein, we undermine plant-based food because they have enough. We don't need that much protein, and every age group, like when you are growing, you need a little bit more protein. When you are in 20s, you need, and as we age, everything shifts. Like, we don't need protein that much, like the quantity that we think. Like, if we are not going to eat chicken, or if you're not going to eat any meat or fish, we will be deprived of protein. That is not true. You get a lot of protein from the food, that plant-based food you eat, but it depends on why are you asking for protein powder? What is the purpose?
I've read in some literature that you need at least half your body weight in protein every day. and that can only come from fish, meat, eggs, specific plant proteins, not vegetable.
No, that's a myth that has been promoted by meat eating industry, and I would like to talk. This is a whole different discussion, and Doctor is going to say, as we are going forward, I already have topics for next 2 sessions, because it's a big topic, and why that myth has been circulated, and which is so wrong. If you there are people who are bodybuilders who do not take any protein powder, or who do not eat any meat or any fish, but they are very lean and they are very strong. So it's a myth that you will not get protein if you just eat plant-based. You get enough protein for your body to be very, very healthy with plant-based. But this is a good topic. Actually, I would like Dr. O to bring this topic to the table anytime she has to fill in for something else. This is a really, really good topic. And I would be able to answer this more with facts and with the slideshow, so that you can actually understand that why I'm saying what I'm saying, that you don't actually need to take any supplements. Instead of taking those 2 scoops and adding to your water, I rather have you have 1 bowl of spinach, 1 bowl of kale, and some of tofu, or other foods which will be tastier, fuller, with fiber, and you will enjoy it, rather than just drinking one shake.
And one more question, Doctor. In terms of eating this plant, is it faster to just juice them with your juice, and then drink them as the day goes along, or you have to eat them?
I didn't get your question. So your question is that all the plant-based things I'm talking, would you like to juice and drink it?
Is asking if
Correct.
you
Yes.
can.
Your vegetables. Yeah. Is it better to just juice it and drink it than to just eat it?
No, when you juice them, and again, depends on how you juice them. If you're putting your vegetable through juicer and you're just drinking the juice and you're throwing away the fiber, it is not doing good to planet Earth or to you, because what you're doing, it is good for your body because you're taking the nutrients in the, so when you juice and that juice you have to drink within first 20 minutes. Otherwise, it will lose 50% of its nutrition in first 20 minutes because it oxidizes. So either you juice it and drink it right away if you want to get full benefit of the juice. But the problem is that you're throwing away all the fiber. The second way to do it, if you're just blending it in a blender and drinking it, but then you are not enjoying your food. Unless you are really time pressed and you don't have time to sit down and enjoy a meal, then yes, for sure, if you want to do that. But again, I would ask you to blend it and drink it. But why not sit down and enjoy a meal? And you will actually enjoy it, as you have heard from other people when they talked about it.
Well, it's not juicing. I blend my fruits.
Mm-hmm.
Fruits with kale and turmeric, flaxseed. I blend it in a bullet. Mm-hmm. The bullet, the machine bullet. Blend it real quick in the morning. It's what I like to drink first thing before I eat. It can never fill me up. I eat a lot. Can never fill me up. But it's good for starters. For me, that's how I start my day. So I drink that first, and then I eat breakfast. And, that way I get most of my vegetables, if not all, fruits and all in that one drink. But I blend it, pour it in a cup and drink it right away. And nothing is taken out of it. So I have all the fiber, everything in it. It tastes fantastic.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. One more question, please. And I appreciate the fact that you blend. I blend mine too, but what I just learned from the Dr. Saib right now is the fact that you have to drink it within 20 minutes. Sometimes I leave mine in the refrigerator all day, and then I drink some of it early and then later. So the last question I have is there a difference between stir frying these vegetables or just eating all of them raw, all the plants?
No. This is another topic for discussion for the whole.
We have number 3 topic. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is again a very vast topic, and I'll be able to answer more at that time, because the answer is yes and no for both. Like, you cannot have everything raw and you cannot have everything cooked or juiced. So answer is yes and no for that.
Thank you so much. I will be looking forward to the next topic.
So you have to mix and match. Whoa. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sister Lola, you have your hand raised. Kindly comment or ask your question. Kindly unmute. And while you're doing that, I wanted to say that Sister Tinu wrote in the chat box that Dr. Sandhu recommended to us. Sir, that's for you. When you were talking about protein, recommended almond or almond milk, mushrooms, tofu, flaxseed, chai, avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, berries, fruits, kale, spinach, B complex, and all other plant-based food. And here, our brother Benjamin Olorunfemi wrote, that is just the words. Adopting an healthy lifestyle is the way forward. Really, that's the way forward for all of us. So, Sister Lola, go ahead, you have the floor.
Yeah, Dr. Sandhu, thank you so much for coming on. I've been using agave syrup, so substitute instead of sugar for the past 10 years. Do you have any comment, advice, please?
Yeah, agave, or some people call it agave.
Yeah, agave nectar is from cactus plant, I think. But the problem with that is it is a healthy form of sugar. But the problem is that it is so highly processed by the time you get to put it in your food. Except for date syrup, I personally do not recommend any other kind of sweetener to anyone. So yeah, it is like, but if it is working for you since last 10 years and you're not diabetic and it is helping you, then go for it. But yeah, the agave sold in stores is highly processed.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sandhu. But Sister Lola, I want us to be more practical about this. So I'm going to bring back Sister Tinu Akinshola.
One last question before you do that. What about Truvia?
Truvia, same thing. Go ahead, Dr. Sandhu.
The powder.
Again, it is highly processed. It is supposed to come from stevia. It's plant stevia leaves, but by the time it comes to your table, it is super highly processed.
Wow.
Like if you take table sugar, right? It is high in sugar content. But if I tell you to go, and I don't know how many of you have had sugarcane in your life, the effect of sugarcane on your body is very, very different than when you have 1 tablespoon of table sugar. So because by the time that sugar cane comes to in the form of sugar to your table, it has been changed so much. It has been bleached and changed. So it is so highly processed.
So, Sister Lola, I wanted to bring Sister Tinu up. Kindly unmute and talk to us about the sweetener that you were the first to make it on the forum. Immediately, Dr. Sandhu talked about it, and you mentioned it tonight. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay.
How you made it in a
the date syrup.
Yeah, just quickly, how you make the date syrup. So that,
Okay,
because
so
that's your sugar right there.
yes, on Dr. Sandhu's recommendation, because I was like, how do I make my sugar? So anyway, she says to buy the fruits, the seed, date, it's in the store. And it's in the fruit section, really. And then wash it, just boil it for like 10, 15 minutes. It becomes very tender. And then allow it to cool down a little bit, just with the water and whatever you have in there, just put it in the blender and then blend it. So, and then when you allow it to sit up a little bit, I mean, you can do the consistency however you want it. If you want it thicker, it will be thick. If you want to add a little bit of water, you can do that. So, and then scoop it, maybe 1 teaspoon, 1 tablespoon, however you want your sugar. It's healthy right there. It's all
Is that helpful?
Thank you.
Nothing added but water.
Why the change is going on? I did some
Dr. O, Dr. O, I'm thinking I'm going to make Tinu my spokesperson.
And then
Dr.
that
Sandhu,
means
you need to do that.
Dr. Sandhu, thank you for counting me worthy. That means I can't even get off the program at all.
If she remembers so much.
I
even
remember you. I read you like a book. Dr. Sandhu.
Hello, Sister Success.
I showed Dr. O my food pantry when she came over. You changed my food pantry, really.
You did.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Because guess what? I know our food pantry before the program. And I happen to have seen it again after the program.
Yeah.
I remember when I was at IHOP with my family, and I'm like, oh Lord, I'm the only one eating wheat.
But there's a follow-up question. How do you keep the dates? Do you refrigerate them?
Yes, it's in the refrigerator.
After it's blended.
Blended, put in a container, and then just open and enjoy.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to call on...
The last one.
Sorry,
Dr. O. Yeah. While the teaching was going on, I did some research. The dates also, sometimes what I read was you can also dry it, put it in the oven,
yes,
and then blend it.
That's your date.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's when already dried.
That's when you make
Dr. Sandhu, go ahead.
That's when you make date sugar.
Okay.
Instead of syrup, because you are putting it in oven and you're drying it, and then you're blending it, it will be dry, and basically what you're making is date sugar.
Okay, so that's okay too.
Yes, that's fine too.
So there's another question. What kind of container is good for storage? Now, what Sister Tinu talked about, boiling it, the old water and all of that, blending it together, is the syrup. So to make the sugar, you bake it and then you grind it. That's your sugar that you just put in stuff. So Sister Faith is asking, what type of container is good for storage? Glass container, right? A question is excellent. Please, I want to take us back to one session that Dr. Gillum had with us, where it came out that we should not be putting our food stuff in plastics to refrigerate or to freeze. If you're going to do that, you want that food to be completely cold before you put it in plastic. Otherwise, you still have those plastic things seeping into it. There's a lot of cancer now. We don't know where it's coming from. So you'll be wondering why, I keep bringing this diet thing on. Because lifestyle medicine physicians actually use diets to cure cancer. So what we put in our mouth is causing this, and our question is excellent. So we need to answer that. I also want to mention this before you answer that question, that lifestyle medicine is research-based. They actually all they do that we've been discussing tonight is research-based. There are lots of researches that support it. They just didn't come out of somewhere and just start saying, eat this, eat that. So, Dr. Sandhu, what type of container is good for storage?
There are two types of containers that I advise. One is glass, of course, and the second is stainless steel. Other than that two, I have nothing in my house. I have no plastic. And even for my blender, actually, in which I'm blending, because a lot of jars are plastic jars, especially I use Vitamix. And in Vitamix, they had like plastic jar, which I was very unhappy with, but thankfully, I think they heard and they came out with a stainless steel jar, which is really, really nice. So for storage, always use glass or stainless steel. For cooking, please do not use any non-stick pan. Before anyone asks me about cooking, also any container, any pan, don't use, just use either stainless steel or cast iron. Cast iron is the best way to cook your food because it gives you a lot of flavor also, and at a very low heat. So it doesn't destroy the nutrients in the food. Cast iron retains a lot of heat, so you can do a lot of cooking. And the myth that food sticks to cast iron is also wrong. You just need to know how to use it properly, heating it all the way and then lowering the gas. Once it has like right temperature, nothing sticks to it, nothing. So plastic, I stay away from any kind of plastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that question. Mr. or Miss, Mrs. Encore?
Ngore.
Ngore. Before I come to you, I want Dr. Craig to conclude this plastic thing for us. Can you please speak regular English in what you wrote on the forum? I'm looking at it and I'm like, fillets.
As Dr. Gillum and Dr. Sandhu have actually stated, plastic is an extraordinary toxic and poisonous item, which has been brought forward basically almost at the end of the Second World War, because the metal was being used to form weapons and whatever. That's where plastic started coming into our food chain. It is a endocrine disruptor. We are all enzymatic in our bodies. Enzymes to help us digest, help us do different things. And in particular, it is very bad for men because it basically causes men to develop certain feminine attributes. So as a endocrine disruptor, we need to move away from any plastic that is basically contains phthalates, PHTHLATES. It is all the research is there. Just go in line and look up endocrine disruptors and you'll see phthalates is the #1 item. So that's what we need to do. And I agree with Dr. Sandhu and Dr. Gillum in terms of moving away from it. Stainless steel is good, and also glass is as well. I would also point out that the agave, while it might very well have a large degree of processing, it is the one sweetener that has the lowest glycemic index, which means it does not raise your blood sugar as high as all the other sweeteners. So yes, it is processed, and but a diabetic who is trying to control their sugar would do better with agave than with date. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Doctor,
go ahead.
I'll have to leave in 5 minutes.
Okay, one thing before you leave.
Yeah.
Non-stick pots are bad?
Yes. They
Thank
seep into your food over the time. They they just seep into your food and it is not good. And we keep using them and keep using them and keep using them.
Thank you. I want to go quickly to this, Mr. or Mrs. Ngore.
Ngore. Good evening, all. My name is Ngore.
Okay.
I'm new on your platform, and thank you very much. I've gained a lot from this. But I need to ask a question about honey. When you're talking about dates, you're talking about, so I'm thinking, okay, we advise that honey is better than sugar, that we should eat more of honey than sugar. So can you advise me on this honey issue, please?
Honey is very good, but the problem is that we do not have any good honey anywhere anymore. Because the honey is produced by bees, and bees are used to pollinate walnut trees heavily. And the walnut trees are sprayed with very heavy pesticides. And the honey that we are getting, first of all, it is not plant-based, it is coming from bees. But even if we keep that aside, the honey that we get into in stores now, whether it is organic or non-organic, it doesn't matter. It is already contaminated with the pesticides. If you can find a source of honey which is like pure, and those bees are not used to pollinate anything else. When I was doing the lifestyle medicine board certification, it was like, if you want real honey, you really have to go to Amazon jungles to get that, because in US it is very hard to find good honey which is not contaminated anymore. And the glycemic index is very high for honey. So so that's all I can comment on honey.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, yeah, Dr. Craig, go ahead.
To
And Dr. Sandhu, you're good.
Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you all so much. I'm sorry, but I have a client waiting, so I have to get on to call with them. So, and I will see you all very soon.
Thank you, Dr. Sandhu.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Quickly, the honey needs to be unfiltered and unheated. It has to be raw. You cannot have the honey that we see is clear and glycerin and whatever. Raw honey does not pour, and it is unfiltered. She's absolutely correct about it containing spores. As all of you know, you cannot give babies honey, raw honey, because it does contain the spores, and their system has not been developed enough to handle the live spore protein that is now contained in honeys naturally.
So, do you know anywhere where one can get authentic, good honey in the US?
The only place I know of is, or put it this way, when I buy honey, I buy it in a jar that says unheated, unfiltered, raw. Those three things.
Yeah.
Once you heat honey, you destroy its value.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the place. Is it pure? I don't know. Your question is it really, really, really pure? I don't truthfully know. All I know is it unheated, unfiltered, and raw.
Okay. Thank you. Sister Ngore?
Yes, ma'am.
Was your question answered?
Yes, answered.
I love honey too, so.
Is the date
And
issue?
as a diabetic, it's not much different than regular sugar. So if you're going to eat something sweet, go to agave.
No, but agave it's too processed. I've looked at it. I've eaten it in the past. I don't touch it anymore.
But what about the increase in terms of blood sugar that regular sugar and or honey create? Which is more damaging, the processed and or the elevated blood sugar?
Okay, so the regular sugars, even brown sugars, we've discussed off the table.
Absolutely.
That is accepted.
Absolutely.
Off the table. Agave is claimed to be plant-based. Please go and read the ingredients. It's just that if you get fresh agave or you do it yourself, it's a different story. But what you get in the store is processed. please check it out and then, see what we're saying. Sister Ngore was talking about.
Another question that came to mind while discussing this is the plastic issue. Where I come from, we always, after cooking, we store plastic in food in plastic and keep it in the freezer and bring it out to warm up and then eat. So it's scary to hear that there are some things in the plastic that affects our health. So what do? We shouldn't keep food in plastics anymore after cooking to store, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we should not do. We should store food in glass, like the Pyrex. They have them in sets. They sell them in sets. So that's exactly what we've learned, that we should not be putting our hot food in the plastic and then freezing. You should not be, using plastic to microwave food also. It's better to use glass. Is your question answered?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And welcome to Medical Mondays with Dr. O. We learn a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
That is my guest, one of my guests, Sister.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you.
Even though our time is fast spent, Dr. Craig, I want to put you on the spot again. There was, I think it was a few weeks ago, and we never got to it. I responded by, private chat that we will talk about deodorants, and we never got to it because the conversation was charged on what our topic was for that day, and it's been on my mind. So just for a few minutes, can you address the issue of deodorants again, please?
I'm sorry, say the word.
Deodorants.
Deodorants, yes. It is an extraordinary item and we all use it, thank goodness, but we're using the wrong one. We're using deodorant that has an aluminum base. Aluminum is very, very toxic to our bodies. It is just in terms of the chemical, it is a +3 item. Our bodies cannot handle a +3 toxic entity at all. And to give an example, what's happening, and you could go and research this, men have suddenly started coming down, and I'd say in the last 7 to 8 years, with breast cancer, because they have now started shaving their underarms, and they are excoriating that tissue. And once you excoriate tissue, you open it up to receive items. And then you add your deodorant, the aluminum in that then goes into the body. So whatever we can do, look for a deodorant that does not have aluminum in it. And there are a couple in the marketplace. Some of them are clay. I use a clay one. I've been using it for the last 25 years. There are things which are crystal based. I don't know how effective they are, but they're out there. And there are a couple of other things that have I think it's a glycerin base as well, but the glycerin tends, when you shave your underarm, tends to burn. So basically, I would just make sure that whatever we do, we avoid using a aluminum-based deodorant. And you could read the label, as you've been starting to do, reading labels now. Fantastic. Read the label. Anywhere it says aluminum, you do not want to buy it at all.
What about ethylene glycol? I just heard about that.
Is that the item that's being used in terms of the replacement for?
Yes, it's
yes.
liquid. It's liquid. You put it on cutting board and then apply it under the armpit. No, it's not ethylene glycol. It's glycolic acid, I think.
I'm not certain about that, Dr. And I don't want to speak to something I'm not sure about. I do have several cutting boards, but all of them I wash well. And if I'm using one for a meat product, I will absolutely make sure I wash that well. And I keep the separate between the vegetable, fruits, and different things, and then the meat products. So I'm not, the glycolic acid, I'm not very sure in terms of what it can do in terms of purifying and or removing all the adulterants that are on the board.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Sister Faith wrote here that please watch anything that has garlic too. They are best in glass containers. Certainly not very good in plastic containers. So let's take heed. Auntie Tower, go ahead. And I think that will be, you'll be the one that will round things off for us tonight.
I just want to first comment about the deodorant. They told me at the breast clinic that don't use it because of aluminum, but they suggested the essential oil. So I use essential oil for my armpits instead of the deodorant. Essential oil.
Mm-hmm. Can you post that on the forum for us, please? So we know what to buy. Dr. Ajagbe is there. Dr. Ajagbe all the way from Nigeria. He wrote essential oils. He agrees. Dr. Ajagbe, welcome, sir. I didn't know you were on the forum. All the way from Nigeria.
The essential oils are made basically using an alcohol entity to withdraw out the active ingredient. Some of them have a lot of alcohol, some of them have a little. If you can get one that has very little alcohol, absolutely employ it. Very good, Auntie Tawa, very good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for another wonderful Medical Mondays. May the Lord keep us safe till next week when we tackle the next subject. And thank you, participants of Dr. Sandhu's program. You all did amazing. I learned a lot from everybody, and I'm glad that the forum is still on and we're still enjoying those menus, recipes, and how people are doing. Thank you. Until we meet next week, please stay safe. Wear your mask because we have a new strain of COVID. God bless you all.